Hey, what's up everyone? Sam here. So having red hair makes you a very unique and rare individual. When taking the whole world's population into account, only around 2% are actually ginger. Of course, this fluctuates depending on where in the world you are. If you're in China, being a redhead would be extremely rare, while say you're in Ireland, it's far more common. Having red hair has had a stigma associated with it for many years, to the point where many natural redheads have dyed their hair. However, the truth is, being a ginger is nothing to be ashamed of and actually quite a pretty cool thing to be. So in this list, I'll be showing you 5 amazing things you didn't know about gingers. Number 5. They're more likely to be left-handed. It has been said that red-headed people are much more likely to be left-handed. However, is there any actual scientific proof to back this theory up? The short answer is no. However, that doesn't mean there isn't any truth to this theory. You see, there are a limited number of scientific studies on this topic, and that's why it can't be classed as a fact just yet. But the idea behind the theory does make logical sense. You see, red hair comes from a recessive gene called MC1R. In order to have red hair, both your parents need to carry this recessive gene. Being left-handed is also a product from a different recessive gene. We do know that recessive traits tend to come in pairs, and therefore it makes sense why red-headed people are far more likely to be left-handed. Number 4. They feel pain differently. It's always been said that gingers are tough. This stereotype has been used for hundreds of years and was made more popular thanks to stories of the Vikings. However, there is an actual scientific reason behind this stereotype. Studies have been conducted to show how redheads react to different types of pain. Stinging pain in the skin, for example, is one type of pain where redheads are far more resistant to. It's also been concluded that redheads require less morphine to dull their pain, and ginger women required less drugs to help during labour. However, when it comes to things such as toothaches, redheads scored worse than any other hair colours. The conclusion isn't that redheaded people have a higher pain threshold, it's more just that they feel pain differently and therefore in some situations can be far more tolerant to pain. Number 3. Redheaded women have more and better sex. A sex researcher in Hamburg studied the sex lives of hundreds of German women and then compared the results based on their hair colour. He came to the conclusion that the sex lives of redheaded women were far more active than those of any other colour. I guess this means that blondes don't have more fun after all. Match.com ran a similar study and their results showed that ginger women had a much higher orgasm rate. On average, single women with red hair had a 41% orgasm rate compared to 36% for blondes. Considering that red is the colour for arousal, this really shouldn't come as a surprise. Number 2. They have less hair. Yes, it's true, redheaded people have less hair on their head than any other hair colour. But if that's the case, then why do so many redheaded people look like they have so much hair on top? Well, all this can be explained and in reality, it's all just one big illusion. Redheaded women have around 90,000 strands of hair on their head, blondes have about 110,000 and brunettes have around 140,000. This isn't that noticeable because on average, gingers actually have thicker hair. So while they have less strands of hair, each individual strand is a lot thicker, so it gives the illusion they have so much hair. A big advantage to this is that it makes their hair a lot easier to style. Number 1. They generate more vitamin D. Probably the coolest feature gingers have is that their body can produce far more vitamin D than anyone else. Since redheaded people are far more sensitive to direct sunlight, their bodies have adapted to thrive in places where there isn't much light. This means they can produce vitamin D without needing much sun. Healthy levels of vitamin D enable them to fight against a range of diseases more efficiently, making them far more robust individuals. However, there is a downside to this mutation. Due to their sensitivity to direct sunlight, they are far more likely to develop skin cancer. While they can lower their risk by staying out of direct sunlight and making sure they wear sunscreen, research shows even carrying the MC1R gene increases the chances of skin cancer. Thank you for watching. To subscribe, click over here. To watch another awesome video, then click down here. Do make sure to turn on channel notifications and follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Snapchat. All details are on screen and in the description below. Once again, thank you for watching, and until next time, feed your mind.